Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it's Saturday, April 19th, 2025. This year is already speeding by at rapid pace. I am walking to the Orange Circle, the Orange Plaza, I think it's technically called, but everyone calls it the Orange Circle. A place I hold a special place in my, a place that I hold special into my heart. I hold a special place. Up here, I hold a special place in my heart. I don't know why that was so confusing to say. Too many places in there. Place up there, place in here. It's been 10 years since I first moved to SoCal. A couple months ago would have been the 10-year anniversary. I believe it was February, early February of 2015 that I ended up renting a house here in Orange, California, which is just adjacent to Anaheim, Garden Grove, that whole vicinity. And I'm just going to stroll along, get some coffee here at Starbucks, and go in, if all goes well, the rarely open Mr. C's Vinyl Shop, which is only open on weekends from like 11 to 4, 10 to 4. So it works out that I'm here when they're open. And just see where the day leads. I might go some other places too. I'm inviting you, yes you, to join me. It's been 10 years since I first moved to SoCal. I really miss living in California. I miss Orange County, I miss Hollywood. Loved living in California. But now I live in Celebration. I love it there as well, so I'm kind of wishy-washy on where I reside. I kind of bounce all over the place, but got a lot of core memories here. I'm inviting you to join me. Good to have you here. Shall you? I purchased a couple bikes from this establishment here, Orange Cycle. One of the bikes went down a slide in a local park not far from here, which to this day was a big mistake. One of my knees is still thanking me to this day. That was like 9 years ago. Skateboarding, rollerblading, bicycling, prohibited. I want to see some people rollerblading. Even though rollerblades are not on that list up there. I see bicycles, I see skateboards, I see roller skates, but I don't see rollerblades. They're only listed in word form, not picture form. Here it is, the City of Orange Plaza Historic District. The Orange Plaza. Again, I rarely hear anyone call it the Orange Plaza. Everyone calls it the Orange Circle. It was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1982. Well, established in 86. The plaza for many years was a social and commercial hub of Orange. The Plaza Historic District takes significance in 81 and placed on the National Register in 82. And this makes me so freaking happy. It's the Orange County Parrots. They're very unique with their squawking. You can hear them. And to this day, anytime I hear those type of parrots anywhere in the world where I'm going, it's mostly in the US, I will always refer to them as the Orange County Parrots. Here it is, the old Orange Daily News building, which is now Starbucks. There used to be 2 Starbucks here in the circle, but one of them closes over in the bank on the exact opposite end of the fountain. But this used to be the Daily News building. Now they serve coffee. One thing I like about inside the coffee shop here is they have some photos of the Orange Plaza / Circle 1971, but then also some older ones from 1922. I really like the 71s, but I also like the 1922 photos. They have quite a few different ones as well. I'm strolling across now. Got my piping hot caffeinated beverage. And there's no activities in the circle. There's no events happening at the moment in the circle. But this place is still a beehive of activity down here. People out here with their pets, their animals, throwing the ball around. I see a dog over there running, playing fetch. Just one thing that really drew me into my love of SoCal is when I first visited here and I drove around the Orange Circle. I can still remember it, driving through this area when I first visited, I think in 2013 or 14. Didn't move here till early 15. But I was one of these similar vehicles here as I was driving by, and I noticed how many people were just here in the circle. There were people playing hacky sack, throwing the frisbee around, having a picnic, and I thought, am I in a movie right now? Is there a director saying action for all this to transpire? And as weird as it sounds, I had never seen anything quite like that when there really wasn't a planned, organized event where people were just out just doing their thing. I don't know, it just kind of struck me. And now that I say it, it sounds kind of insane when I say it that way, but I had never really lived anywhere where that had happened. I think it might just get a little too hot in Florida. Unless there is something happening, you don't see this many people just chilling around a fountain. They just repaired the fountain recently. Someone drove through it. Actually, people drive through this thing pretty often. Every couple of years, the driver will just drive through the middle of the fountain. The artists out here doing their paintings. They are all lined up, and they are painting the fountain, which is right over there. In fact, she's like painting her dog that's right here. Her dog's just relaxing. That's beautiful. Ah, the Orange Circle. One of my favorite places, always relaxing. The problem is I have about 90 favorite places, so I'm so indecisive. I have just way too many favorite places. But I'm not 90, I probably have like 10 of all-time favorite places. This is one of them. OJ? So Mr. C's is right across the way there. I'm gonna try to find Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. I want to buy that album because, you know, Gwen was from Orange County and the band was from here. In fact, if you look at the inserts of that, the inserts of Tragic Kingdom, there's a photo of them running along right here, the full band. I think Gwen's pushing the shopping cart and the camera's kind of up like that, and it kind of pans down and you see the group right here, and you can see these little like drainage areas, and you can see this little these little markings in brick here along the ground. Inserts of the Tragic Kingdom album. I think I'm gonna buy it on vinyl if I can find it. And just for reference, there it is. There's the whole band, No Doubt, on their breakout album. It wasn't their first album, but it was their breakout album. That just, you know, Just a Girl and all the other hits that were on their Sunday Morning, etc. This actually might just be an insert on the CD. I'm curious if I do find the vinyl, if I will. When I open it up, if it'll be on. I know it's on the CD inserts, but maybe on the vinyl it might not be. Anyway, that's the photo there. You know, it's interesting. I never realized that Pokemon Go was still a thing, but there's a huge group of people right over here next to the Sunlight Church, which used to be an old theater, playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, it's like a whole conglomeration of folks down there. Used to be a comic book shop right here. I'm going to Mr. C's. Oh, look at this. Groovy Ghost Vintage. Ooh, I might have to check out Groovy. I'm gonna go to Mr. C's first because they're not open very long, so I'm gonna check that out first. I'm gonna come back to Groovy Ghost Vintage. I like it. This is a new shop. This shop was not here last time I was here, or at least I don't recall it. My goodness, I might have to buy this. It's $60, which is a lot of money. However, it's That Thing You Do, which was filmed in the Orange Circle where Tiddlywinks used to be. Was the store, not the electronic store, but the washing machine store that the drummer worked at. It was all filmed right here in the Orange Circle. That would be a good one to buy in the Orange Circle. So I'll try to find No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom, and then I'll probably come back and purchase this. It's still sealed. It's the Playtone. I like that. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna come back and get that. That's too cool. That's too dang cool. Appliance store. That's the word I was looking for. Appliance store. Ooh, they painted over a ghost sign. Used to be a ghost sign right up there. They painted over it. I don't even remember what it said, but yeah, the appliance store was right there, or maybe the one next to it. Then it became a toy store called Tiddlywinks, which is still here, but they've changed locations. But that is the appliance store. I don't know why I said electronic. Appliance store. Where they first hear the song on the radio. That's where they first heard the song on the radio, and they're all excited inside that exact spot. That Thing You Do, great movie, great movie. Now stepping in Mr. C's Records, I'm realizing I was talking to the associate there was very, very kind. I was asking him about No Doubt, and he said, no doubt, said basically they will end up purchasing different collections that people have from estates and things like that. So it's a lot of older type of material, not really a lot. I was actually asking about Social D as well, Social Distortions from Orange County, California. I was maybe trying to get the first Social D record. They didn't have that as well, but they did have a few things. They had some Clash and other older punk stuff, but mostly just a lot of really, really retro, old school vinyl. Just a really, really great place. Again, it's only open on the weekend, so very grateful to be able to pop in there and kind of take a gander around. And there were signs all over the doors that they allow drinks inside. Most places will shun the beverages, so I was able to browse the vinyl with my coffee, which was pretty nice. So I think I'm only probably going to buy one record, unless I find some at the other antique shops, but I want to go by that vintage store and definitely get that Thing You Do record, because that's just too cool to buy that down here, exactly where the movie was filmed. That's kind of what I'm going for with the collection of vinyl that I'm doing. Right inside Groovy Ghost Vintage, where they have these 60s extremely fragile lights right here. I really like that. And look at this right here. It's a suitcase with speakers in it. Honestly, this place is really cool. They got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, old Polaroids, and I love that Mickey Mouse clock right there. But take a look at this. A Mickey Mouse Gucci shirt. That's freaking awesome right there. This little TV, that's just a salt and pepper shaker right there. Really like that store, Groovy Ghost Vintage. Very nice people. Was talking to them for a while. They've been there for about a year. They took over another antique shop and converted it into more kind of modern day pop culture. Well, retro 80s, 90s, stuff like that. A lot of classic cars through here as well. There's that Ghost sign. I was wrong. So I thought that was the one they painted over, but it's still there. The Hobbs one, Hobbs battery. Look at this. It's a all home repair, but it's like an old military vehicle. Made to look like one. There's no place like the Orange at the Squeeze. A lot of Disney references, obviously, because this is close to Anaheim. It's in Orange County. To all that come to this happy place, welcome. Disney right there. Everything orange and more. It says right there on the side. There's no place like Orange. Orange. Welcome to Old Town Orange. Orange, you're glad you're here. The technical name of the Orange store is the Squeeze, and they have a pretty good selection of a lot of different stuff. In fact, they have quite a few circles based on the circle. They have quite a few circles. They have what am I saying? I got the Orange Circle on my mind. In fact, I was asking the people who work there, the owner, if they call it the Circle or the Plaza, and she goes, "Well, I always call it the Circle. But a lot of times people refer to it as the Plaza, but more people call it the Circle." And she said she wants to make t-shirts that calls it the Plurkle. And I go, well, if I come back in the future and you have a shirt that says the Plurkle, I will definitely buy it. I think it's a great idea, so I'm hoping that they end up making Plurkle shirts. And I ended up getting a t-shirt that they had in there that has the old fountain, the one from the late 1800s that was built before they created the new one in the early 1900s, which is the one in the circle. So I'll walk over to the old one. People that own that shop are really helpful information-wise. Now, I knew the fountain has been moved over in front of the library, the original fountain from the 1800s, but I did not realize the backstory. According to her, next to the City of Orange Civic Center here, you got some skaters out here. So the original fountain is over here, the one from the 1800s they moved. And the early 1900s, they changed the fountain to the current one. And I guess there is a contingency, there's a group of people who want to move this old fountain back to where it was, but she kind of had the same thought process I do, which was people going to keep driving through the circle and damaging it. It's probably better to be right here. But evidently, where the Plaza / circle, the Plurkle is, back in the 1800s, was just basically like a garden area with nothing decorative like a fountain. It was just kind of a patch of land. And there was a group of ladies that decided to do a fundraiser to build the fountain. And that's why it exists. This is the original one. From what I've always heard, this is the original one. Oh, someone has taken the placard. But I got a neat circle. Oh, I hear this. I hear the parrots. Look, look, look. Listen. Tough to hear them, but I love that sound. I love that sound so much. And got some birds of paradise here. Oh, a blue bee was just flying around. I always think of the tiki room when I see these flowers. Birds of paradise. Don't believe we have these in Florida. They're using that thing you do. They filmed a lot of the interiors in here. Kind of wish the old historic bar restaurant that was here would have stayed, but they changed it to the Kick and Crab. It doesn't quite have the same charm, in my opinion, as it once did. Looks nothing inside like it did during that thing you do. In fact, over here, there used to be some information placards of some historical stuff right over there in that corner behind that heat lamp. They painted over it on some things that were filmed here. Bench Warmers, I think, was also filmed here. That Rob Schneider baseball movie. David Spade, I think, was in it. But most popular, that restaurant, the inside was using that thing you do prominently. It doesn't look the same in there anymore. Some nice plants out here. I don't have any plants at my house because I'm never, ever, ever home. Very rarely home, but if I did, I'd probably have these because these are very low maintenance. I think you could probably have these and they would last a long time without needing too much care. Should be perfect for me, but even these, with this for years I'm home, would probably not survive. So oh, VW bus alert. Classic VW bus alert. One thing about the circle, the Plurkle, the Plaza, always see classic cars all day long, every day. I think just the base of the old fountain was moved down there by where the library is. Not the top portion, just the base. Also learned by one of the owners of the shop that the orange circle is technically called the Plaza Square, yet around the fountain is a complete circle. And you can see here, this antique mall is calling it what everybody calls it, the orange circle, but not its technical name. It's very confusing. The Plurkle, I like the Plurkle. Antique store overload through here. 25 mile per hour sign. Obviously I can't buy too much because I don't live here and getting some of the stuff home, but take a look at this thermojug. Nice, I like this chair here. Kind of a beachy pool vibe chair. All right, here we have Deluxe, another vintage shop. They buy, sell, and trade. Quite an array of items in there. Basically, it's a clothing place where you can buy and sell clothes, a lot of vintage stuff. There's a few things that caught my eye, but I didn't purchase anything of the clothing persuasion because I've already got a t-shirt at the one spot. But I ended up getting from the clothing resale place, they make Old Town Orange merchandise. I got this little change purse, so you can put some things in it as well. It was $12 from Deluxe. An orange pouch, because it is the city of Old Town Orange. I like it right there. I like little change purses. So you can put change or little things in to keep things organized. So I got this too, just because it's Old Town Orange. Here's another look at that little ghost sign for the Owl City cigars. 5 cents. You could get a cigar for 5 cents back in the day. Probably can't get a cigar for that price now. Pulling into the antique station, also known as the Antique Mall. Yeah, one of the dozens, if not 100, antique malls that are in this vicinity right here. Take a look at this, the old Queen, another one bites the dust. I just recently watched that movie on a plane, the Freddie Mercury movie. What was it called? Bohemian Rhapsody movie. It was really, really good. I liked it. Oh. Look at this. Justin Scar's booth. Oh, should I get a Random Land hat? Should I get a Random Land snapback cap right here? $35? Should I support the cause? This has even got a Route 66. One thing I will say about Justin, he is definitely the king of Route 66 content. This stuff's so good. Known him for forever and a day. It's got all the Disney stuff in here. I'm disappointed though, he did not let me know he has a John Boy and the Waltons paper doll. I'm going to hold this against Justin because I do love the Waltons. You know, John Ritter, one of his first popular acting gigs, was the minister on the Waltons. True story. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. I just wanted to point that out right here. He's got some pins, got some Jollywood Nights. Did Justin even go to Jollywood Nights? I don't think he did. I don't think Justin even went to Jollywood Nights. If he did, I missed that video. I can't keep up with all of Justin's videos. I watch a lot of them, but ooh, that's good. Ooh, I like that. Talking robot up there, a Battlestar Galactica Cylon base star. Look at him having the booth in here. Pretty cool. He does something I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to have like a vintage booth, but I just don't have the time to do it. He got all the Star Wars figures right over there. He's got the head. Is that Han Solo's head? Right there. Ooh, look at that Goofy. I like that. All the old Mickey stuff down in here. All the old vintage Disney. Yeah, this is in the Antique Mall, the Antique Station. Random Land, which is run by my good buddy Justin Scard, has a booth in here. You can get stuff that Justin Scard touched. He actually touched this stuff with his own personal hands. Nice shaded bench right underneath this tree next to the fountain. Let's sit here for a bit. While I'm sitting here at this really wonderful place with a nice breeze in the air, watching the fountain. I was watching the Rays game, went to the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th, Jonathan Aranda, Durham Bulls legend, who was in the AAA system for so many years and would get called up to Tampa and then back down, but he's doing so good this year for the Rays. Jonathan Aranda walks it off in the bottom of the 10th against the Yankees while I'm sitting here at the fountain. Just watching it on my phone. Love it. Raise up. I'll show a little merch haul that I got. I got obviously the Old Town Orange will change purse and that Thing You Do vinyl. I also got the shirt over there that I'll show, but I also picked up this Magic Kingdom Club 1985 calendar and almanac. How cool is this? Disneyland Park in California, Walt Disney World Vacation Kingdom in Florida, and kind of neat inside here, so if I can pull this out of here, is the calendar for 1985. I thought that was kind of neat, so I picked that up. And then also saw this Disney News, the antique store, and I thought this possibly would have been Disneyland Mark Twain, but I was confused why it said Empress Lily, which is obviously named after Lillian, which is Walt's wife. Turns out, opening this up and looking at it, this is downtown Disney. Now, Disney Springs, and that is the riverboat that's there on the water there. That's now the restaurant. It used to be called the Empress Lily. I also picked up this Epcot Center. Really good stuff inside of here, which is part of the Magic Kingdom Club book. And then here is that t-shirt that I got that has the original top of the orange fountain, Old Town Orange. Open that up. Kind of a really cool shirt here. So that was the original top to the fountain, which is now down that way by the library. It used to be right here back in the late 1800s. Old school shirt. Old school shirt. And I'm just looking through that Thing You Do album here. There are a couple photos I believe are at the Orange Circle, like right here. And this one as well. A little retro area. Love it. Very cool. Also interesting, I did not realize this about the fountain here. Dedicate the plaque to the spirit of the Olympic torch run to the American people. Torchbearers have been greeted along from the organization in New York City. It was greeted to a cheering crowd when it passed through the city circle on July 26, 1984. This historic event be an example of determination, persistence, and unity can accomplish with the effort of many working towards a common goal. And whoever passes here, let him remember the brave men of the Orange community who have in all times gone to the defense of their country. Right, in another one of the antique malls, one of the many. Grogu, lower levels, has more shops. Some vintage clothing up here. Still trying to find Tragic Kingdom on vinyl. Oh, here we go. Here's some records. Again, a lot of older stuff. Elton John. Oh, there's Annette. Songs of Hawaii. Ooh. He was also in California, Hotel California. I believe, if memory serves me correct, that is the top of the Beverly Hills Hotel. American Graffiti, Marvin Gaye, Steely Dan, Elvis. This album cover is at Warner Brothers. If you do the Warner Brothers tour, you can see that spot. It's right next to the Annie fire escape, and also the spot in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when Tim Burton say, "We don't take kindly to strangers come around here." Same alleyway. Also could be seen in the background in Gremlins, other spots. There's a Stretch Armstrong right there. You don't see those every day. More California Raisins, Mary Poppins down there. There goes the monorail game. Doesn't have the same effect when you don't yell it out. I don't want to yell out at an antique shop. Oh, wow, are these the vintage ones? These are? For a long time you couldn't get Nightmare toys. These might be the OGs. Just so much to look at, so much to see in these antique shops. Sometimes you don't even need to buy anything. Sometimes you just walk around and peruse at all the nostalgia. Just realized I had to come back in here because I said I was going to purchase a Random Land hat, and I forgot, so I'm coming back in here to get this Classics Random Land hat right here. $35 Random Land hat. Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of these for a while, so I came back in to purchase one for 35 bones. They got these cool stickers too. Look at this, like a little vending machine right here. Lots of stickers. There you go. I know a proud owner of a snapback. This is an authentic hat. Worked out well. The store was just closing, 5:30 p.m. My Random Land cap, based out of Orange, California. A lot of the houses here remind me a little bit of South Pasadena. Kind of has a South Pasadena flair to it. I used to live about 2 more blocks this way to the right. Right by the train tracks. A lot of good memories here. Go over in Anaheim now, where I will be walking down Harbor. Going over to another one of my favorite spots that I always stop off at whenever I'm in the area. Joe's Italian Ice. Straight ahead here a block. Just past Orangewood, another block or so past Orangewood and Harbor. If you take left out of here and walk down Orangewood, a few blocks down is where the last apartment I had here in Anaheim was. Pretty close to Disney, a mile walk to the Disney gates. Walked in there many times. Memories. Like the corner of my mind. And I had the lyrics go. Ah, there it is. It's a beautiful thing. Joe's Italian Ice. Italian ice and ice cream. Right here in the corner of Wilkin Way and Harbor. Love it. Love this place. I've had a lot of frozen ice. And this is my favorite place, Joe's Italian Ice. When it comes to the frozen ice persuasion places, I think this is my number one. Could be nostalgia, could be the fact that I live right down the road from here and consume many Italian ices. But I just love Joe's. Right here at golden hour. Sometimes the line is insanely long. Right now, not too bad at all. I mean, I've seen this line 10 times this late. I think I'm hitting it just the right amount, right time before the parks let out, etc. It's $6.99 for a large, and I'm going to end up getting the sugar-free pineapple, just the pineapple, not with anything else. Sugar-free pineapple with tax was like $7 and change right there. Yeah, they have quite a few options. Pineapple time. Oh yeah, that's what's up right there. Joe's Italian Ice. Little pineapple. Pineapple. I also have something called a Joe Latte with the ice cream in there, but I just wanted the ice. I wanted the tastiness of just the Italian ice. Cheers. And as much as I miss this place and love living in SoCal, highly doubtful I'll ever move back. I mean, who knows what the future holds, but definitely not anytime in the near future, if that even happens. I mean, purchasing a house in Celebration kind of seals the deal on where I'm going to reside for a while. I mean, who knows? I'm 50 now. When I'm 60 in 10 years, will things be different? But I do love this area. Walking up to the convention center now. A lot of memories here. VidCons, D23s, WonderCons. I remember 2014, 2015, 2016 VidCon. That was a whole different animal than what VidCon is now. I mean, YouTube was a whole different beast back then. I don't even think VidCon's about YouTube anymore. It's more about influencers and other social media platforms, I would imagine. I don't even know if I'd have any interest in going to VidCon now. This isn't bad. This is pretty dang tasty for a sugar-free no ice cream. It's actually got a lot of flavor to it. Very pineapple-y. Got my hat on backwards. It looks like the fountain's under construction here at the convention center. Usually the fountain's on, but they have these little partitions here in the Grand Plaza. It's all stanchioned off. Please keep out of fountain. Thank you. Here's when the convention center was being built in the 60s. The original convention center. I'll walk over there. And they built this to capitalize on the huge success of Disneyland, which is soon to be celebrating their 70th anniversary. Disneyland, of course, opened in '55. Cavalcade of artists played here in the 70s. And that's the original convention center. Look, at there's the Matterhorn right there. That's how close it is. That's where DCA all is now. Disneyland right there. Beach Boys played here in '73. And the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis Presley, played here in 1973 also, April 23rd, '73. In the early 80s, so take a look at this. So there's the original area. And here's the massive convention center section that's now modern day. But you can see in the 80s, you would have to go out of one building and into the other. You can see how there's like separations in that. They've since closed all that in. That's interesting. It's almost 7:30. What, 7:22? I was like showing clocks. This was no exception on showing that one as well. Oh, the light just turned on. Nightfall's about to rear its head. Dusk is happening. This is always fascinating to me as well. They opened this on the same day Disneyland opened on July 17th, 12 years after Disneyland opened. But they chose the same opening date of July 17th. Isn't that neat? I hear Incredicoaster over there, formerly the California Screamin'. Sometimes I get mixed up and I call it California Screamin'. It really is called the Incredicoaster. DCA is just right over that cusp of palm trees. That's how close it is to the park. I'm imagining this is supposed to symbolize an A for Anaheim, just like Angel Stadium has the big A. See if I can hear some screaming from here. Some yelling on the coasters. Listen closely. Love it. You can faintly hear it. And that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.